This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This is a special
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us here on Quarantine Tonight. I'm Chris Williams, filling in for Mike Flood. We have a great act coming your way tonight. Tim Javorsky, let me tell you, he was very disappointed when I showed up and Mike Flood didn't. He doesn't like the replacement. I promise the show's going to be fine. We'll follow some of the basic guidelines. The music is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be great. But before we get into that, before we meet Tim, we'll start with our evening of prayer.
Good evening. My name is Deacon Jack Conchell, and I'm from St. Isidore Parish here in Columbus, Nebraska. Before this evening's show, I would like us to pause and pray together. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty God, we thank you for our priests and our ministers who lead us as your sheep, and we ask that you protect them and guide them. We also thank you for the musicians who are using the talent that you gave them to entertain us. We ask that you continue to help them as well. We would ask that you also help us with the division that we're seeing in our country today. We ask that we continue to remind us that we are all made in the image and likeness of you, and also that we are all your children. Almighty Father, remove the fear from us that we feel in these uncertain times. Be with us and help us to remember that you are always with us. Through your Son, Jesus, we pray these. Amen. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And thank you for that prayer, Deacon Jackson. Now, Tim Javorsky up here with me, and he's already getting his instruments going. You see, he has 4 instruments here, just one person. It looks like a full band could be here. You tell me it's going to sound like a full band is here. How does that even work?
Well, it's the miracle of science, you might say. My wife introduced me to the 21st century, and she said, you need to start going computer. So I have been developing backing tracks. So I pick the musicians, I pick the instrumentation, the rhythms, the key, all that, and I have a computer generate my accompanying track. So I have a band with me when my band can't be with me, unlike next week. And the other fascinating thing that my wife has taught me was, boy, you need to start putting your music into a computer so you're not having to flip pages and everything, which has really become handy because with the COVID, I've had to play all outdoor shows since April, and wind and paper do not get along so well. Computer, no problem. So I once again have to thank my wife for, well, pretty much everything. So that's how it's the miracle of science.
And how nice is it being indoors, air conditioning, we got fans all around.
I already did. I already have done 2 shows. I did 2 outdoor shows before noon today. So, and then I drove up from Lincoln to play here, and I've got to be back in for a 9:30 show tomorrow morning outdoors. It's so much nicer to be inside. Thank you. Thank you, Quarantine Tonight. Thank you, News Channel Nebraska, for having me inside. Bless you.
And so you mentioned your wife and how much you need to thank her for everything, and I'm assuming she's at home watching tonight. What's her name?
Her name is Dorothy. And she's a violinist, and it's wonderful to have be married to a fellow musician, my soulmate, because it takes somebody like that to understand what it is to be a full-time musician. Not a lot of wives could handle the rigors of a full-time musician. I hope she's watching. I don't know. It might be a shopping channel night. I don't know what's on the jewelry channel tonight, so we'll see. She figures she can see me anytime she wants me, so hey.
And how long have you two been married?
We just celebrated our 20th anniversary, and we were supposed to be in Paris for our 20th anniversary, and that happened 4 days before the virus hit, our trip got canceled. So,
well, instead you're here in our undisclosed location, which some say is very similar to Paris in a lot of ways.
Yes. It was quite pretty, but I was a little shocked because when I left Lincoln, it was 97 or 98 degrees, and I pulled here into this northern kind of town, and I almost hit a penguin. It turned out it was a fox, but it was only 77 degrees when I pulled into this gorgeous community. I mean, this metropolis of the Great North. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Well, I'll let you get into the music, but before we do, I want your wife to know that our musician last night invited his wife along. She got to sit here and enjoy the show, so I don't know, you couldn't quite pull that off, but hopefully the music will make up for it. Thank you. Quarantine Tonight presented by UNMC. Tim Javorsky, take it away.
Yeah. Going to open up with a little Bobby Darin and probably finish with some Bobby Darin tonight. We'll call it a Bobby Darin show this evening with a whole lot of other stuff mixed in between. More than the greatest love the world has known, this is the love I give to you alone. More than the simple words I try to say, I only live to love you more each day. More than you'll ever know, my arms, they long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping, awaking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time. But Bobby, on forever, you're gonna be mine. I know I've never lived before, and my heart is very sure no one else could love you more. More than you'll ever know, my arms, they long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time. But Bobby, on forever, you'll be mine. I know I've never lived before, and my heart is very sure no one else could love you more. No one else could love you more. Well, goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go, me oh my oh. Me gotta go pull deeper on down the bayou. Well, my Yvonne, the sweetest one, me oh my oh. Well, the son of a gun will have big fun on the bayou. A jambalaya, crawfish pie, a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Michelimo. We'll pick guitar and fill fruit jar and the gale. Well, son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. If it do, Fontaine, no, the place is buzzing. Well, kinfolk come to see a vine by the dozen. They dress in style and go hog wild. Me oh my oh. Well, son of a gun, will I have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Mishadimo. We'll pick guitar and fill fruit jar and a gale. Well, son of a gun, will I have big fun on the bayou. Ah, ha, ha. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Mishadimo. I'll pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and a gale. Well, son of a gun, will I have big fun on the bayou. Ah, yeah. Little Hank Williams there, though. I decided to put a little boogie-woogie beat to that one. This next one will be the first of, I think, 3 Elvis songs I'm going to do tonight. And I have to do some Elvis every night in my shows. Excuse me, folks, for the adjustment here. There we go. And the reason is my mother. My mom is a big Elvis fan. In fact, Elvis isn't dead. He's alive and well in her basement, and she's kept him there for years. She actually took me to see Elvis's next to last concert. Yes, I'm that old that I actually got to see the King in concert. His next to last performance was in Pershing Auditorium, and that's the night I discovered my mother really didn't love me, because partway through the concert, Elvis started throwing out scarves, and all the women went crazy. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. And my mom turns to me. We were about 10 rows up, right beside the stage, and she turns to me and says, "If you love me, you'll go down there and get me a scarf." I was about 11 years old, and gosh, I think I weighed about 90 pounds soaking wet. I looked at all those crazy women down there on the floor, and I knew my mother didn't love me because she would send me to die if I went down there to get that. So I did not fill her request, and she has never let me forget that one. But out there tonight, Mother, I love you, and thank you for taking me to see Elvis. And this is probably the perfect Elvis song because it's a love song. It's an Elvis love song, and it's a polka. Can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry. Maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. Well, there's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. So treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. Musiden, so städte die Nacht, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst dir. Musiden, so städte die Nacht, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst dir. There's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Sei mi gut, wie du willig sollst, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. No gal made has got a shade on, sweet Georgia Brown. 2 left feet, but whoa, so neat it's sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and want to die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'll tell you just why. You know I don't lie, well, not much. It's been said she knocks dead when she lands in town. It's a shame why she's to blame when she cools them down. Now, fellas that she can't get, our fellas that she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her. Sweet Georgia Brown, skilly billy bop, diddly bop, 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 boom, bop, 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 diddly billy bop, bop, sweet bop, bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, bop, sweet bop, diddly billy bop, bop, skilly billy diddly bop, 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 diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, zee bop, bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, 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 diddly bop, zap, bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, 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 diddly billy bop, bop, diddly bop, zilly billy diddly bop, 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 diddly billy bop, bop, diddly bop, bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, diddly bop, bop. Well, as you heard that voice, this is probably my most requested song of every show. Almost every day I have to do this song at least once a day because people hear that I do a little Louie for you, and they always ask about this one. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, those bright blessed days and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces. People passing by, I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow
There's much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Nebraska.
That sounded like we had 3 different singers in the first session alone. Oh, that was
Some
great.
people would say with this belly I am 3 to...
Hey, by the way, your cousin Jim, he said hi on the Facebook feed.
Oh.
So if you want to say hi back to him, he's watching right now on
Hi,
Facebook.
Jim.
And that reminds me, Mike Flood told me to get into his mailbag tonight, and he made it very clear it is still Mike's mailbag, but we're going to get in there, look at some of the letters that you guys have sent to us, and we wanted to continue sending those letters. Most of the letters they send are actually very nice, Tim. You wouldn't believe it.
Are my eyes red from all the crying I did when I found out Mike wasn't going to be here? I'm sorry. This man is doing a wonderful job. He's looking sharp. He's got it together going on. But, Mike, I missed you.
We actually already have a comment on the Instagram also that said they miss Mike as well, but I wasn't going to talk about that one. Thank you for bringing that up here. Now I'm going to start tearing up a little bit up here. Now, we're having fun here tonight. This is a great show so far, and we are still going to get in Mike's mailbag, look at some of the great things you guys send us. We really appreciate it when you guys send those letters along. We want to keep doing it. 214 North 7th Street. I memorized that address just today. Suite 1, if you're wondering. I didn't know that. I worked there for 2 years. I didn't know that address until today.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's, so they can send us letters. They send us letters,
they send you
talk
letters.
about the
Okay.
show,
They actually
give
send
suggestions.
actual physical letters. People still do that?
Yes, they do.
Wow,
They're
that's
wonderful.
amazing.
Yep, handwritten and everything. They're
Whoa,
great.
that's special.
So we pull them up on the screen right now. In fact, we'll do that. Will's in the truck right now. We'll throw some of those letters up, read some of our favorite ones we get. We love all of them, but some of them are just especially great, and they make the air here. So if we can get that up on this little screen here, then I can't actually see the letters in here apparently, so maybe I'll have to pull up the Facebook feed myself and read along with you guys because the monitor in here. And in fact, actually, yeah, we'll just take a quick break here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll come back to the letters. Right now, we're going to take a look at news and weather. As well as a few commercials because that's, keeps us on the air here and supports us.
Exactly. Plus, the weather in Nebraska, we'll have one weather forecast right now, and I bet it might be different half an hour from now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. Who needs that boring same day, same thing?
I mean, and if you
San
don't
Diego,
like the weather,
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Nebraska, we're
Can you
rich
imagine
in weather.
sunny and 75 all the time?
That's so boring.
Terrible. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. You're watching Quarantine Tonight. Welcome back to Quarantine Tonight. Chris Williams here filling in for Mike Flood, joined by Tim Javorsky playing some great music tonight, and we'll get back to the music. But right now we're going to take a look inside Mike Flood's mailbag. He might not be here, but his mailbag is. So let's pull up some of the letters you guys have sent in. We love when you guys send this stuff in, and I love Mike driving the little mail truck there. It's one of my favorite. This is from Dolores Woida from Weston. Thank you for having all the music on Quarantine Tonight. My favorite is Stone Horse. Please have them on again. You may be the new favorite after tonight, Tim. We don't know. We don't know. This next one from Nella Gunther in Beatrice. I accidentally stumbled onto NCN while surfing through the channels looking for something decent to watch. What a treat it was to find the talented people of our state performing. Thank you, NCN. That was a wonderful way to spend the evenings. I'll miss it. Well, you don't need to miss it because it is still rolling at least for, I think, another month here.
Thank you, Doris.
I'm going to need some good confirmation there, but I believe it runs through August 14th. And this one from Alasta and Dick Roble in Dodge, Nebraska. We sure love having the Mass at 8:10 by Father Joe and the great entertainment of music in the evening. The station is on from morning to night as we so enjoy all the news, etc. Keep the polka bands and country harmony music coming. We enjoy it all. And when this pandemic eases up, hoping you continue on with these programs. And we are hoping to at least be able to continue on with some of this fun stuff because it really has been a blast bringing it on here, and we have a great show going on tonight. Tim Javorsky sounds like a whole band up here playing it through there, but it also sounds like an array of singers here. Can you kind of tell me about all these different kind of voices you're doing? Not let's see, they're not impersonations, but they're impressions, is what you were explaining to me.
That would be correct, and it's not actually even intentional. It's something I just have naturally acquired, you might say. I believe it's due to my ear for music and listening to things. My wife always says, as I sing along the radio, "How do you remember all these lyrics?" It's that sort of a thing. I remember lines. I remember. She gets fascinated with the way I'll be listening to like a Chicago song, and I will start scatting the trumpet solo or the drum or the guitar solo, and to a T, I can scat because I just remember all those things. But also, it's just how my voice naturally adapts. I hear a song, and well, I've always heard that song sung by such and such, and my voice naturally just adapts to that. I don't even try. So like
Louis Armstrong just came up one day all of a sudden, and I could do Louis Armstrong.
And, gosh, I grew up with, "Hi, I'm Kermit Frog here, and tonight we're going to talk about the color green." And, things like that. So it's one of those things that it's, I guess it's a gift or a curse. Maybe a gift for me, a curse for those who have to listen to me, like my wife, who she's like going, "Oh, my God, again." So anyway, it's a good thing that I'm out on the road all the time because she only has to deal with me when she's asleep. So that's why we've been happily married for 20 years. That's secret to success there.
And you may not, I know you don't necessarily realize, or at least at first you didn't realize you were doing it. When did people really start to tell you, like, wow, that was like really good. That sounded just like Frank Sinatra?
When I probably started doing this on a regular basis, I started doing this full time about 10 years ago in 2010. I've been a part-time musician and entertainer also, just for about 35 years or so, since about 84. But I really started doing it full time in 2010, and that's when all this started coming out, because instead of just doing it once a month, once a week or something like that, when you do 3 or 4 shows a day, 7 days a week, people start to notice things. And I start to notice things, and I started doing things more often like that. So probably about then.
And you mentioned to us that there's more Elvis coming up. What are some good songs and impressions people can look forward to for the rest of the evening?
Well, it's tough to say that there's going to be impression, because like the other Elvis tune I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do in a different style than he did. He did, Wooden Heart as a polka in GI Blues. But like I've got Blue Suede Shoes coming up here a little bit later on, and I decided to put a boogie, like what would you call it? A rockabilly feel to it. Rockabilly feel to Blue Suede Shoes. And I'm going to do Can't Help Falling in Love as a reggae. So you're going to hear a lot of different things tonight, and variety. It's the spice of life, right?
Well, I guess whatever music you're into, you're going to get it tonight here, and whatever music you hate, you're also going to get some of that tonight too. Tim Javorsky.
Thank you.
I'll let you dive back into it.
Yeah. Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware about a man named Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy, more than trouble. You see, he stand about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him sir. And he's a Leroy Brown, a baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than a working Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he a gambler, and he like his fancy clothes, and he like to wave his diamond rings under everybody's nose. He's got a custom Continental, he's got an Eldorado too. He's got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He's got a razor in his shoe. And he's a bad Leroy Brown, a baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than a walking Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Friday, about a week ago, Leroy shooting dice. And at the edge of the bar sat a girl named Doris, and oh, that girl looked nice. Now he cast his eyes upon her, and the trouble soon began. Leroy learned a lesson about messing with the wife of a jealous man. And he's a bad Leroy Brown, a baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than a walking Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Now the two men took to fighting, and when they pulled him from the floor, Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. And he's a bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Yes, he's a bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole dang town. Badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Yes, he was badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything, stay off my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, and slander my name all over the place. I'll do anything that you want to do, but lay off of them shoes, and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Now you can do anything, stay off of my blue suede shoes. All right, boys, let's blow. Burn my house, steal my car, and drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do. Lay off of them shoes, and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, stay off of my blue suede shoes. All right, cats, let's cut it up now. One for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, stay off of my blue suede shoes. It's blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes, yeah, blue suede shoes, baby, blue suede shoes. You can do anything, stay off of my blue suede shoes. As I was talking to Chris earlier this evening, you're all in for, well, I hope it's going to turn out to be a treat. I just did this arrangement about 2 days ago. Yeah, on Sunday afternoon I did this arrangement, and this is the first time it's going to be played. We're going to see how it turns out. It's a little old jazz standard. And I also, on top of vocal influences, I have my saxophone influences. And this arrangement that I did, I was influenced by the baritone saxophone player, Jerry Mulligan, who did an album with my favorite tenor saxophone player, Stan Getz. And the tenor was the song when I was playing on this previous song. This is a baritone saxophone, a big one here that I toured Europe once for 3 weeks with a band, carrying one of these around. One arm is still longer than the other. Anyway, and also a touch of, on this arrangement, a little bit of an influence from Nat King Cole also. So it's a great old jazz standard called 3 Little Words. Three little words, oh, what I'd give for those wonderful phrases. To hear those three little words, that's all I'd live for the rest of my days. And what I feel in my heart, they tell sincerely. No other words can tell it half so clearly. Three little words, 8 little letters, which simply mean I love you. Ah, yes, sirree, three little words there. And what a lot of people don't understand maybe about jazz, what I was doing there in the middle of that, it's called a little improvisation. So I'm pretty much every song I'm composing something right on the spot. As I play that song, I'm making up all that stuff in the middle. That's just the beauty of jazz. It's always fresh, it's always new, it's always different. That's how it sounded tonight. If I play that song tomorrow, it'll probably be just a little bit different, and that's the beauty of it. You just try and catch that lightning in a bottle there. A symphony before midnight. That's what Dexter Gordon said. And this is gosh, I haven't played any R&B, you might say, and this is one of those songs that was a crossover from smooth jazz to make it on the pop charts. And it included, well, one of the great smooth jazz saxophonists, Grover Washington Jr., and this is from his Wine Light album, and it's a song that he had Bill Withers sing for him, and a little tune called Just the Two of Us. I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears, wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Love may come for those who wait, but not for those who wait too late, and we gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles way up high, just the two of us, you and I. I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew. And darling, when the morning comes and I see the window sun, well, I want to be the one with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles way up high. Just the two of us, you and I. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Beside the bay, I left my love in Avalon and sailed away. I dream of her in Avalon from dusk till dawn, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon.
That was great. You have to be out of breath right now. A little bit.
No. I'm not fat. I got a big old bellows here.
Some smooth jazz in there, as much as I'd like to imagine that you were thinking of me while you were singing just the two of us. You know,
How
our
did you
moment
know?
right here.
How did you know? With that suit and and those shoes and
And
those
tell 'em the shoes
and those
that match.
these shoes that go. Oh,
I do have to ask, though, does your wife have a favorite song that you play?
the one where I'm quiet. No. We're both musicians, and I mean, we just love music. I mean, there's some songs that she doesn't like, but no, I'm sure there's lots of songs she loves, and she's always, there's the great thing. She's the yin to my yang. I know music that she doesn't know, and she knows music that I don't know, so we share with each other, and it's always, I'll hear something, and she goes, oh yeah, that's this, and she'll know, and same thing, artists, I may be familiar with this artist, and she's introduced me some great artists. Even though she's a violinist, she has a great knowledge of all other sorts of music also, and like I said myself, I was classically trained, so I have some classical knowledge, plus the jazz and the blue, all that other stuff, and so we share, it's just the perfect match.
Do you ever combine it together? You ever play together? Or?
It's been a while. We have on occasion. We actually there was a recording studio in Lincoln, I think Star City Recording or something, and the gentleman that owned it taught recording studio classes at Southeast Community College, and one year, this is like 20 or 15 years ago or so, he called me up and asked me if he needed a band to record for his students to do the recording of. And my wife joined us. I had a 5-piece group at that. I've got a lot of different, for my name, the name of my band is Tim Javorsky and the Jazz Cartel. And the reason I call it as Cartel is because I don't have a set group of gentlemen. I have a number of different guitarists, bass players, keyboard players, and so on and so forth. But at that time, I was using a bass player, piano player, drummer, and my wife joined in, and like, for example, we recorded Steely Dan's Peg, and she did the electric guitar solos because she used her electric violin. We've got a pedal case with a hot pink crybaby wah-wah pedal, and she was wah, 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 and things like that, and then we did a more classically oriented jazz tune by the Dave Brubeck Quartet called Blue Rondo a la Turk. And thank God she could play it because we alternated, because there's no place to breathe in there because it's a piano piece. So I play, and she'd take over then, and we'd alternate back and forth. So we could do it like that because as much breath as I've got, that was one song that kicks my you-know-what. And so, hey, thank God I've got my wife.
Well, maybe we'll get her up here with you sometime, if you can convince her to.
It would warm my heart.
I'm going to give you a chance to catch your breath, and we're going to take a quick break here on Quarantine Tonight. We still have plenty more music on the way. Some good songs on the way?
Yeah, there's one or two left.
Okay.
Left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couple good ones coming. You're watching Quarantine Tonight.
Thanks.
Welcome back here on Quarantine Tonight. Tim Javorsky on here. We're having a lot of fun, playing a lot of very good music, and he's been doing this for a long time, and I'm not making a joke of your age. I'm saying because you started at such a young age.
Yes, I did. I actually started studying classical voice and saxophone at the university when I was 14. I started taking lessons and going down to the university. I didn't, per se, attend or live there. I was still going to high school, but I was taking a lot. I auditioned for a certain choir, and I remember I was auditioning for the oratorio chorus on the university at the university, and singing in Latin and Russian and French and German and all these other languages. And when I auditioned and I made it, they were registering us, and so, are you a junior or a senior? And they thought I was a junior or senior in college, and I said, no, I'm a freshman. Oh, okay, freshman in university. And I'm like, no, I'm a freshman in high school. And so it was a little different, but yeah, I started, like I said, doing the classical vocal music and also classical saxophone for the professor of saxophone there. And then I started spending more and more time on campus, and it was, for a young man, very educational. That's what we'll call it, educational. So.
We probably won't get further into that.
No, we're not going to go there. It was educational, and that's all we need to say.
So you actually started going professional at 18. and we'll get into that. But what age do you remember when you caught the bug, when you first heard
Right
some
away.
tunes?
When I started playing saxophone, I guess, though, as far as being an entertainer, I was one of these dorky kids that would, when this is back when families used to get together because, well, there were only 2 or 3 TV channels to watch. So, families from the neighborhood, hey, come on over, have some coffee. And I would get all the other neighborhood kids together, and I would choreograph out like little shows to like a Partridge Family song or something like that. And while the folks were having drinks, I'd do this thing, and then we'd go out and we'd entertain the families. And, so that was at like 5, 6. I mean, I've always loved music. It's just, music is food for the soul.
Finish your quote. He had a great quote here of his.
Well, it's actually Shakespeare said music is food for the soul. And my part of it is I get to serve a buffet every day.
And we got
obviously
more yeah. We have more of that buffet coming up here. 7 more tracks in a row right here.
Yeah, we'll do 7 more tracks. We've got a couple of these tunes that I've played tonight. I might play with my band next week. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. In this one, I've got one patriotic song that's a very popular song that my parents have been begging me to do, and so I said, okay, of all the patriotic songs, I'll do this one with the band, and then I'll do this one for my folks on my solo act. So. And a little bit of, like I said, a little variety in here. We've got something from The Wizard of Oz, but with a different style to it, a different twist. Also, another Elvis song, but once again, a little different twist. This Elvis is we've done the reggae. We haven't done the reggae, and that's what it's going to be. We did the, did you like the rockabilly?
I did, yes.
Okay, so it's a little different there. Let's see, what else we got here? I got some... you got to have some Frank Sinatra and some Dean Martin, of course. You can't go a night without doing a couple of those guys, and some patriotic, like I said, and a little country. And then, we're going to finish this little set out with a funky kind of New Orleans version. I did a New Orleans arrangement of this song. I was a little influenced by Harry Connick Jr. on a Disney song from Mary Poppins. And so, I hope you all enjoy it.
Let's get to
it. If you feel like getting up in your living room and shaking off some of those pounds, this, I think, will be a good way to start it off with something that goes like this. Are you ready, Chris?
Tim Javorsky, take it from here.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be a-scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had a brain, I'd unrattle every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts that I'd be thinking, I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. I could tell you why the ocean is near the shore. I could think of things I'd never thunk before, and then I'd sit and think some more. Well, I would not be just nothing. My head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. And perhaps that I'd deserve you and be even worthy of you if I only had a brain. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you. I got a little move in here for Chris later on in this song. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in that city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Here's where it gets dangerous now. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in that city that never sleeps and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. gotta make a brand new start of it in old New York. Hey, 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 hey. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. If tomorrow all the things were gone I looked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the U.S. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, jing-a-ling-a-ling, jing-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing a Vida Bella. Hearts will play, tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool like a pasta fazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with the clouds at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore, oh, schools are real, but you'll see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. the scars make you drool like a pasta fazool. That's amore. When you dance down the street, the clouds at your feet. Love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Oh, schools are me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. Trailers for sale or rent, room to let 50 cents. No phone, no poop, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom by the 8 by 12 or 4-bedroom. Mama, man, I means by no means a king of the road. Third boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. Old worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short, but not too big around. I'm a man of means by no means a king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all the children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, room to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of a pushing broom by hey, but 12 or 4-bedroom. Mama, man of means by no means a king of the road. Just like Scott said, Lorraine. King of the road, king of the road, king of the road. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave me nose a tweak, and he told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose, the longest word you ever heard, and this is how it goes. A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I've traveled all around the world, and everywhere I went, I'd use my word and all would say, "There goes a clever gent." But when dukes and mirages pass the time of day with me, oh, I'd say my special word, and then they'd ask me out to tea. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle-dum-diddle-la, diddle-diddle-diddle-dum-diddle-la. So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. You just summon up this wood, and then you've got a lot to say. But you better use it carefully, cause it can change your life. One night I said it to my girl, and now my girl's my wife. Whoa! Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That was great. That was great. But I have to ask you something, because I saw that written out on the set list, and there's no way you can tell me that you knew how to spell that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Spell it.
SUPERCALIFRAGIL. Oh my God, I can spell it out when I'm
Yeah,
spelling
yeah,
it.
we all
It's one of those
believe
things.
you.
Trying to do it in your head though, it's like, yeah. But I actually spelled it out for my wife as she was typing it out.
Really?
Yes, which brings us to that one point that you pointed out on the set list. And I must say this to my wife out there, and all good husbands will agree with me, our wives are always right. So the song Blue Suede Shoes is now Blue Suede Show, because I couldn't have told, I was, of course, I was telling my wife, and she was typing this out, and I was dictating it to her because she's a faster typist, and she couldn't have made a mistake because women never make mistakes. Women are always right, and so it's now Blue Suede Shows.
Blue Suede Shows.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not Blue Suede Shoes anymore.
That's
it's
a man
Blue
who
Suede
wants
Shows.
to make sure the door's not locked when he gets home.
Amen,
tonight.
brother.
He wants to make sure he gets in. Plenty more music coming up here on Quarantine Tonight. We'll take a quick break, check in with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Fox, see what's going on with the forecast outside. Then plenty more music coming up. You're watching Quarantine Tonight.
Hey everybody, we do have some stormy weather coming up tonight. We have some scattered showers right now, 60s and 70s across most of the state, but we still have a lot of humidity down in southeast Nebraska. I don't think it's going away for you tonight. Now we've seen the humidity come down a little bit in the Omaha area, but we still have dew points in the upper 60s in Lincoln and in Beatrice down in the low 70s. So still plenty sticky. There will be some relief for you tomorrow. The rest of the state is feeling much more comfortable right now. As I said, we do have little scattered sprinkles showing up on the radar right now, but I think the main show tonight is going to happen around bedtime and then through the overnight hours as these storms move in and through the state through the late night and overnight hours. Now it's going to leave us with a sunny afternoon tomorrow, but this has to go through tonight. And just to give you a little fast forward update, this is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you can see southeast Nebraska will have showers and thunderstorms, the possibility of strong gusty winds with that, some scattered showers through north central Nebraska. But as I said, all of this should be gone by tomorrow afternoon, and the air is going to feel a whole lot better. especially once the dew point starts coming down. But you can see this is early afternoon tomorrow. Still dew points in the upper 60s and 70s down in southeast Nebraska, whereas everybody else will be feeling much more comfortable. So for tonight, overnight, 50s and 60s, afternoon highs tomorrow get us into the 70s and 80s, and even if you have some showers in the morning, I do think we're going to see a lot of afternoon sun, and then turning a little bit warmer and more humid on Thursday, temps in the 80s and some low 90s. We got more Quarantine Tonight coming up right after these words.
Tonight's programming brought to you in part by Black Hills Energy.
If you're Welcome back here on Quarantine Tonight, joined by Tim Javorsky. We got plenty more music coming up here.
I got to stop you, Chris. I must commend you. You have said my name correctly. There are people in the Lincoln, Wilbur, that's where the Javorskys sort of come from, the Wilbur, Crete, Lincoln area, and you have pronounced the name correctly. And folks, he needed no coaching on this. He came up to me tonight and said, so your name is Tim Javorsky, and he said it right the first time, and you said it right on the, so kudos to you.
Look how much better we're getting along. At the start of this, he was so rude.
That's just my nature. I'm a rude old man. You know, that's why you guys dug me up from some cemeteries.
So I want to ask you, because you've told me that at one point you did almost 900 shows in a year. Is that right?
The most I've ever done, there was a slight misprint on. About 4 years ago when I was a bit younger, I was only 50, I did 897 shows in 1 year. I've done, since I started doing this full time, I started on April 9th of 2010. I was on a streak where I was going to make 8,000 shows by this coming February, and then the virus hit. I was at about 7,300 shows. I've done probably about 60 or so shows since March, and it's starting to pick up. Like this week alone, I have, I think, about 13 shows this week, which is down from my average. I usually average about 18 shows a week, so, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
But then again, last week I didn't have any. So, except for my neighborhood concert that I put on every week. And I'd love to thank the neighbors of the neighborhood, Sunburst Lane, the Sunburst Spectacular, the Sunburst series of music. I've been playing a weekly concert in my neighborhood ever since the last Friday, I think it was, in April. And I've done one every week, and I bring out a different 32 to 35 songs every week and play that for the folks. And
how structured are we talking? Like, does everyone have seating, or is it just kind of whoever wants to come in and hang out?
People on Mother's Day, when it was only 52 degrees, I still had about at least 50 people out in the neighborhood bundled up with blankets or parkas. I had one couple walk from 10 blocks away. They heard the music. They didn't know what was going on. They heard this music, and they just followed the music and sat down on the curb. And they, so it's just become a gathering. And now people expect it, and people drive up and park their car, drop off their chairs, lawn chairs, and then park the car down the street and come back and sit down. And it's just this gathering. It's just sort of a gathering now, and it's become a regular thing, and everybody seems to be enjoying the sharing of music, and that's a wonderful thing.
And there's been so much solitude, people cooped up. I'm sure you felt cooped up.
Oh, yes. My wife saw me more in the last 3 months than she had in the prior 10 years. So
I'm sure she was happy to send you up here to us tonight.
Oh, I don't know if happy is the word. Oh, yeah, happy to send me up. Yes, that's right. Yes. She sent me down south.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because, we're south now.
To our location.
Right? Yeah. Or are we west now? Because this studio keeps moving around. We're the mobile. We are never in one place. That's right.
I like your thinking there.
The mobile.
I like your thinking there.
Yes.
But when you saw the first crowd come up, or these people walking in, you see those smiles, be able to bring that again. What did that mean to you?
It makes you feel good. I mean, I play a lot of retirement communities throughout the Midwest, everywhere from the Great Lakes to the Rockies and Minneapolis to Kansas City. And primarily in the Des Moines to North Platte area and Sioux City to Kansas City. That's my primary stomping grounds. And, the pleasure and the joy. Yes, I get paid and I make a living at this, and that's wonderful. But the extra added benefit of knowing you're making people just feel good, because music makes you feel good, and you see these faces, and it's a wondrous thing. It's good.
Well, tonight it's cameras, but I promise you plenty of smiles behind those cameras.
I hope I'm bringing some joy to Nebraska. That's all I can say.
Well, I don't think us sitting here talking.
Go Big Red.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. That's it.
Us sitting here talking, probably not bringing as many smiles.
No,
as
no,
the
no,
music.
no.
I'll
Let's
let
get
you
on the
back
road.
into
Let's
it.
get on the road. If you ever plan to motor west, take my way. It's the highway that's the best. And get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it winds from Chicago to LA, almost 2,000 miles on the way. So get your kicks on Route 66. We'll go through St. Louis and Joplin, Missouri. Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. We'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, now don't forget Winona, Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino. Once you get hip to this tiny tip and you plan that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. We'll go through St. Louis and Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City. Oh, she looks so pretty. We'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Now Flagstaff, Arizona. Oh, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Boston, San Bernardino. Once you get hip to this tiny tip and you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now way down yonder in New Orleans, in the land of those dreamy scenes, there's a Garden of Eden, that's what I mean. Creole babies with flashing eyes, softly whisper with tender sighs. Stop, oh, won't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop, you bet your life you'll linger there a little while. Now we got heaven right here on earth with those beautiful queens, way down yonder in New Orleans. Stop, or won't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop, you bet your life you'll linger there a little while. Now you'll find heaven right here on earth, wearing little blue jeans, way down yonder in New Orleans, way down yonder in New Orleans. Yeah. Another Disney song here. And this one I'm going to just do an instrumental version of this lovely classic from Pinocchio. But done as a jazz waltz, a little arrangement I did of When You Wish Upon a Star. That one to a little girl lives next door, little Lauren, one of the little dancers. That's the other thing I found is really just cuter than heck. These little girls from the neighborhood come out and listen to the music, and while their parents are sitting around, they're out there, they're dancing and everything in front. And it's a wonderful sight to see families out like that and enjoying the beauty of music. And I always stick some Disney in for the little ones. So that goes out to the little dancer from next door, Lauren. And here's a little something that goes out, well, to all us working men out there.
It's a big job just getting by with 9 kids and a wife. Well, I've been a working man dang near all my life, and I'll be working as long as my 2 hands are fit to use. Yeah, I drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Oh, I keep my nose on the grindstone and work hard every day. Might get a little tired on the weekend after I draw my pay, but I'll go back to working. Come Monday morning, I'm right back with the crew. Yeah, I'll drink a little beer in the evening, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Sometimes I think about leaving, doing a little bumming around. Wanna throw my bills out the window, catch a train to another town, but I'll go back to working. Gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. Yeah, I'll drink a little beer in a tavern, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Well, hey, the working man like me, I ain't never been on welfare. That's one place I won't be, 'cause I'll be working as long as my two hands are fit to use. Yeah, I drink a little beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Yeah, I'll drink a little beer in a tavern, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Ooh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows it pearly white, just as a jackknife has old Mac Keith the deer, and he keeps it out of sight. You know that shark bite with its teeth the deer, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves wears old Mac Keith the deer, so there's never a trace of red on the sidewalk. Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. And someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? There's a tugboat, down by the river, don't you know, where the cement bag just drooping on down. Oh, that cement, it's there for the way to dare. 5 will get you 10. Oh, Mackie, he's back in town. Now, dear about Louis Miller, he disappeared, babe, after drawing out all of his hard-earned cash. And now Mackie been just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something right? I said, now, Jenny Diver, oh, Suki Tawdry, look out, Miss La Lignon, and oh, Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right to there. And now that Mackie, oh, Mackie's back in town. I said, now, Jenny Diver, hey, oh, Suki Tawdry, look out, Miss La Lignon, and oh, Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right there. Ha, ha, now that Mackie's back in town. Look out, oh, Mackie is back. Ha, yeah. Woo. Oh, and it looks like we need to add some music here.
Yeah, what do you think? How many more do you think we can squeeze in?
I can squeeze in at least 2 more if you'd like.
Yeah, let's.
I think, let me see, I'm trying to find this one here that I said. Yeah, I can either do this one, I can either do something funky, or I could do that little Kermit the Frog thing, or I could do, well, I'm going to finish with a polka, I guess.
Of course, you got to finish.
I'm in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So, and my last name's Javorsky.
Yeah, you're made for this.
Yes, I. Pivo, Kalachi, Yaksimash, Dobche. What more do I need to know? That's the only check I know.
That's perfect.
But hey, that's all I need to know. So, what would you like to? Would you like something a little funky, or would you like the Kermit?
A little bit Let's
Softer?
go a little bit funky. I think
Let's
a
go
little bit
funky? Okay.
into the
And we can turn
funky.
on some disco lights. Saw you guys had some effects with some disco earlier. So we're going to get you funky, and then we're going to get you polka-y.
And do you need
Does
a
that
minute to set it up? Do you want me to-
No, I've already got it set up.
He's
I
already
was setting it up
rumble.
while I was dancing.
There we go.
I'm a multitasker. You saw the bio. I'm a triple threat. I don't know what the three things are, but according to my wife, I'm a triple threat. Just means I'm 3 times as scary. All right, we got the disco ready? Let's get her going. I want to see you kids out there dancing now. Ha ha! Looks like we got time for maybe a part of a polka because we got to be finishing up here on a hard break. 30 seconds worth of the Pennsylvania polka. Strike up the music, the band has begun. The Pennsylvania polka. Pick out your partner and join in the fun.
Pennsylvania polka. It started in Scranton, and now we're done. Good night, Nebraska, and thank you again for quarantine tonight.
We still have a few announcements. You can't just
Okay.
send them off like that.
I'm sorry. Well, they said 57, and it says 57.
So we can start doing our announcements. Talk about you coming back next week. I'm
That's
assuming
right.
at least a couple people out there enjoyed the music tonight.
I hope one or two.
And so next week, when you come back, I believe it's next Thursday.
Next Thursday night with Tim Javorsky and the Jazz Cartel.
And the Jazz Cartel. So how is that? Is it a similar kind of vibe to it, or just give us a taste?
We're going to play a little bit of. I don't think we really put any country music in, but we did a fair amount of jazz because they told us that there was going to be a country band like the night before and a polka band the night after. So, but even with that, we're going to play at least one polka and some jazz and some. A little bit, maybe some rock and roll and some, just a little variety, sort of like what I did tonight, a little variety, but with some very, very talented musicians. I know I've got a bass player from Lincoln, drummer from Seward, and a guitarist who's studying his doctoral degree at the University of Nebraska. He's originally from Wichita, so I've got some very, very talented men with me on that evening, and I'm very, very fortunate to have them with me, and it'll be a show, a real good show. So.
And so what's more fun for you, doing this or doing it with people around you?
It's all fun. It's all fun. Anytime, every day that I get to play music is a day I am gifted. A gift from God that I just am so glad to have because I get to make a living playing music. I am the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
And honestly, it's so cool, and I think the people out there can agree. It shows the whole time you're smiling, having fun,
Really?
kicking those hips around a little bit.
You think I enjoy myself doing this just a wee little bit?
Those hip moves, those were nice. I was not expecting those coming out tonight.
Especially from an old fat man like me.
I didn't say that. He said that. I did not say that.
That's not what you said when you dug me up from the back alley of that bar the other night.
Oh, we have great entertainment. Of course, we have plenty of shows before you come back. Tomorrow night, James Dean and our radio DJ down in southeast Nebraska, Trevor Steinmeier, told me that this guy is a fiddle extraordinaire.
Which my wife now has to watch because she's getting into fiddling. Yes, she was a classically trained violinist, but she's been studying some Celtic and other fiddle things, and so she's going to have you'll have one viewer tomorrow night.
And of course, with Charlie Daniel, of course, passing away earlier this month, I'm sure he'll pay some homage there and play some of those great fast songs. So that's going to be a great show tomorrow night. Mike Flood will be back for it, but hopefully he's busy again or something happens so I can come back. This is fun.
It was a pleasure working with you, Chris. As I said earlier, a shining jewel of the Midwest.
Shining jewel. Well, on that note, we're going to get ready to send you back to home base. My good friend Alex Loroff standing by with a news update. And of course, Jeff Fox is there. He has your full weather forecast, get you all set up for the rest of the work week. So that brings an end here. Thank you, Tim, for joining us. Quarantine tonight.
It's the shoes.